So I made this new little fire steel holster past couple of days. Bit of leather folded in half, it's been stitched along the bottom, but before you stitch the bottom you stitch this patch on here to the front flap and fold it and then stitch along the bottom. Just use some hot water to wet form the leather around the fire steel. And then put a bit of brown boot polish on it just to shine it up a bit. So, walking through this patch of woodland that I am at the moment, I've found this little green bush, and there's lots of them dotted about all over the place. They have these little red berries on them. I was just wondering if anyone knew what this bush was, and if the little red berries are edible. It would be nice to know. If anyone can help me with that, much appreciated. So what I've got here is a nice specimen of a marsh thistle. It likes to grow in these wet damp areas, and this is just perfect for it. But this is edible. It's once you've peeled all the leaves off and all the spines off it looks like a stick of celery, and you can chop it up and add it to most meals. Stew being one of them. I've used this in a stew before and it's very nice. If you eat it raw, it tastes a lot like raw peas out of the pod. If you've ever done that, my grandparents used to grow peas in the pods in the back garden all the time, and whenever we would pick them, pop the pods to get the peas out, if you ate them raw, that's what this tastes like before cooking. But it's a nice trail meal, which is why I'm going to chop it now and I'll eat it on the go. But what you do is, first have a decent pair of gloves with strong a leather palm. Although these spikes, they're not agonising, but they are uncomfortable, so a bit of protection. And then your knife, and then what you want to do is just chop the top off like that, and then just take the leaves off, because they'll just get in the way. And then just gently peel up part off the top. Careful not to dig in too deep with your knife, or you'll lose half of your meal here. And that'll give you a nice bit on the top to hold on to. And then just chop it off at the bottom. There you are. And then you can just peel the rest off. And there's what you're left with. like pea in the pods. But you can eat this on the go. Alex says chop it up into little pieces and then add it to a stew or something. Morning folks, it's Andy here from Bushcraft. Hope you're having a nice day. So I've just stopped for a little break here. I've got a small fire going so I can boil up a brew and keep the biting flies away. They were getting a bit ridiculous. I was just going to use my mesh stove because again I'm going to be moving around today. I brought my mesh stove again, but I needed to get a fire going more than flies. But this spot here, I think it's got potential for a future camp spot. It's nice flat, big open area spot here, plenty of trees to string a tarp up in, and about 100 metres or so away down there there's a small stream, so it's got pretty much everything I want. So I was taking a walk around the woods where I'd stopped for to boil up a brew, and I've come across this monstrosity. Basically what it looks like is someone's attempt to make a bug out camp, a base camp, a bushcraft camp, I don't know, but it's ridiculous. There's blue tarpaulins, bin bags strewn all over the place. In the middle here, they've dug out a square fire pit, and there is the remains, I'm guessing, of a sleeping bag that's they've tried to melt, burn, whatever. There's black bags full of rubbish chucked all over the place. On the other side, there's a blanket, and it looks to me as if they've tried to make a hammock out of it. Tied it onto this post. Put a stone in the corner, tie the cord round it and then onto the branch, and it's ripped out on this corner. Rubbish all in there, electrical tape and silver duct tape all over the place, more bin bags. It's just a vivid reminder of why wild camping, bushcrafting and other activities such as this is either so frowned upon or just completely not permitted, because idiots do stuff like this. Look, I'm all for people coming out and building up a base camp, bushcraft camp, whatever, but for God's sake, take it down and put it back to how you found it. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.